My name is Akot Sani from South Sudan, and my dream is to play professional football anywhere in the world. I left home with empty hands and a bag full of dreams and ambitions to become a professional footballer. Is it going to be easy? Of course not, but it is definitely worth it in the end. I have chosen to put my life into this, and there is no going back till I achieve my dream, because dreams are meant to be lived. Where there's a will, there is always a way. Welcome to my journey. This is the road to pro contract.
Hey you guys, it's your boy Sunny back with another video, and today I'm just going to talk about some of the 5 things that I wish I knew before I start doing what I'm doing today. So, without any time to waste, if you like the content that I've been putting out here, please don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on all my socials as well. And yeah, also the high performance trading camp is underway. The applications are going on, so please click the link on the description here to fill out the form and have a chance to come here. Anyway, without further, let's get to it. The first thing is leave home early. So basically, if you're done with your high school or okay, you're in university and you kind of have the thought in mind that okay, I really need to go to pro. It's high time you actually start to leave home very early, probably when you're still in your teenage. I did mine when I was 18, and it will also be good for you to do it when you are like still have the time and don't have so much responsibilities at hand. Of course, I understand we all have different. There are people that have responsibilities even as early as 16 or so, but if you prioritize your career, you ought to leave home early so that you go out there and start learning. And by the time you're in your early 20s, you already have enough knowledge and enough experience on what it is like to get into the football industry, and also a journey of self-discovery, because one of the biggest defining moments for me was in 2020 during COVID, when I was in Malaysia all by myself, homeless at some point. And yeah, those were like, I was struggling, but at the same time I was happy. I was like, if I could survive today, or if I could survive this moment, then there's nothing that could face me again. So I think it's best that everybody likes try to do it when they still have the time, the energy, and not at that age where like your parents are trying to like push you to get married, to like just hand you um a lot of responsibilities, especially the way from the African backgrounds. It's a common thing that after school, yeah, you have to find a job, you go to university, I mean, you get married and, you know, try to look after the family. But if you take your steps early, you would be somewhere halfway and your career could be able to fund them. The second thing is what you need to realize is most times is that wherever you're going to go, the visa that took you to that country, if it's not a working visa, you're going to need working visa. Especially in Europe, you're going to need a national D visa to be able to play. And the thing is here, most of the clubs from the semi-pro or the amateur level are not in position to get you that paper, okay? Because most of those clubs haven't dealt with internationals, or they just don't know how to get about it. It's only professional club that the issuing authority, the immigration, can issue you a work permit and the working visa to work legally, because at professional level you earning at least above the minimum wage, which gives you the eligibility to have the work permit and residency to stay in the country. So, for example, in Czech Republic, I had my friend. He had a team that he was playing in second division in Czech Republic, and by the time the new management bought out his club, his contract was terminated, and he had another team in the third division that wanted to sign him. But the third division were not. They couldn't make for him papers to stay legally in the country, because the government considers, of course, third tier in Czech Republic amateur and or semi-professional to say, and they are not able to get him the work permit. So they kind of tried to go back to his parent club to get him the work permit so he could to sign him, and then they loan him out, but it was not possible. So make a research about some countries in terms of the paperwork of that can allow you to stay, because amateur clubs, most likely all they can do is just find you a job, and and it only favorable for the local players, because all the local players, they don't need anything. It's like they just need part-time. And if you're a foreigner and you're coming in and you're trying to do this as full-time, it is going to be like very, very difficult for you to get the papers to stay. So this brings me to point number three. The third point is you need to find a job to support yourself in the meantime, so that the football club that you're going to join is just like a side thing. And then of course, at the back of your mind, you want to just use this as a platform to show yourself, let people get to see you, and then move up. So the job is going to give you the security. Of course, it doesn't matter what job it is, but let it be able to like give you the legal papers to stay in the country, so that when the club says, okay, want to sign you, they'll ask you, do you have the papers? Are you legal? And if you have the legal papers, then it is easier. For example, in Portugal here, um uh like when I was trying to find teams, they were asking me, are you legal here? I'm like, yes, I'm legal. But then they say, do you have a job? And I'm like, no. So it makes it very difficult for them to like take me in. So if you go into a country, first find a job, and that job will give you the residency and the work papers. And then when you join into a semi-professional team, you're going to just join in like a local person, though you're going to take up a foreign spot. And in Portugal, it's like six foreigners can be in the field at a time, especially at the same professional level. That's what I know. I don't know about the higher leagues or in the first league or second league. So you gotta find a job to support yourself, and even if the club, if there's some money that's just coming in from the club, that should just be your side thing. And if there's nothing that's coming in from the club, you still don't stop playing, and stop attending trainings. Which brings me to the fourth thing. Okay, not every trial that you'll attend or you will go to, when you come out here, you're going to pass it. So some trials, they'll just be very complicated. It might not be that you're not good enough. It might be like I said, the other reason you don't have the paperwork to stay. They do not have a foreign spot for you, or you might just not fit what they want, or they may not have five center backs and you are coming in as a six center back. So they're like, what's the point? So the things, all the things that could go wrong can go wrong in a trial, but that shouldn't stop you. You just keep it moving, and most time you can ask the team if you go and it's like if it's actually near where you stay and you go and they don't like you, they say you are not signing you, and you don't have options at the moment. You can just ask them if you could keep around and just train for the next opportunity that you're going to get. And I believe if you like conducted yourself right, most teams would most likely say, yeah, it's okay, you can trade until whenever you can find yourself out of the team. And sometimes magic happens. You might just be on the training one of the training players, and you kind of start actually doing better, and they might like reverse the situation and they'll be like, well, we think you've improved and we want to keep you. So it's from there that you'll start take those steps, and what I say, and then you might end up staying. But if you don't, then you just use it to train for your next opportunity, because not everyone is going to have the same opinion about you. Of course, you will have your own opinion, then the next person will have his own, and it's going to be different from team to team depending on what you find there. Okay. The fifth and the last thing for the video is you can have a pro contract without pro experience, or basically any experience. So let's say, for example, you coming from Africa and or anywhere, and probably you've never like played anywhere, you have no record, no nothing. It is going to be very unlikely that a club is going to offer you a professional contract just like that. Even to work at the door professional club, you need to have, how you got there could be like a different story, but for them to give you that professional experience, they're going to doubt because they don't have a record that they're going to look at. So whenever you come out here, you're gonna have to start low and just be like, yeah, after a year I'm moving up, or after some period I'm gonna find myself up. But don't come and say, okay, you are amateur, you not played anyway, and you kind of like say, oh, okay, I'm gonna play professional. It does not work that way. That's, I think, an insult to the professional game, because yes, we know there are those that are actually good, but it's on a very rare occasion that, yeah, you are exceptionally good to the point that you just get offered like that. And professional does not mean you're playing in the first league, in the Premier League or second league or something. There are leagues, for example, in German, after the fourth tier is professional, which is also like fine. You can start in the fourth league if you don't have any, if you have never played experience, but you are good and you fit at their level, you can play there. But the profession I'm trying to say is like the first league or the second league of the top 10 countries in the world. It's something very unrealistic. If you think of it, it's not impossible, but to be on the safer side with yourself, just you want to play professional, you can start in Portugal. Third league is fully professional. You can come and start here, and then you can work your way up. But it's always good that you have some experience from wherever you're coming from, playing like try to play at the highest level in your home country. And with that, it's going to give you an idea of what you're going to get yourself into, instead of just jumping into the sea and you have to swim among the sharks and they might eat you up. And the reality of things, the expectation versus reality, outweigh each other. And if you had high expectations, then everything might just scramble and you'll be so disappointed and wish you had known, you know. And that's the worst thing. Regrets is, it's not the best, but the experience you get is also something that you can never trade for anything. You'd always cherish, even if the experience were bad, but you'd always like cherish them because they kind of told you something, and they could have led to something. So these are some of the five things that I wish I could tell myself back then, and now I can share it with somebody else, so that someone can kickstart your career and start a road to pro contract. Another thing is, guys, get your camera, start documenting your journey, because it is going to bring you a lot of positive things that you could have never imagined. Don't be shy, and you know you're gonna be old one day. You're gonna be 60 years and looking back at the things you are doing at 20 years just after documenting them. It is going to give you, what do I say, it's going to just give you a good flashback, good old days. I was watching some documentary the other day about Jack Chan, an actor, and he was watching his old videos when he was jumping the buildings, the rush hour and everything, and he was crying. He's now 70 and he was crying because he was like, "Oh, damn, time goes by so fast. And if you haven't documented your journey, you made yourself a star of your journey, then you'll only tell stories which don't have any evidence in it. So I hope this information helps you, and yeah, if you find this helpful, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. And it's been me, your boy Sunny. Until then.